is going on, everyone's. We are here and we are back with another episode of
Is My Point Valid?
Yes, indeed. I'm yours truly, Brandon D.
And I am Camille A. Stalker.
And the topic for today is going to be
Jasmine Crockett, loud and wrong again.
Ain't no surprise. It's y'all girl out here telling lies. That right. I did that. But anyway, Jasmine Crockett, once again, she never fails us. She always come out here. She's like the female Al Sharpton, because she never does research. And then when she does do research, it ain't proper research. So she still be giving out bad information. Once again, she hasn't failed us. She's giving out some bad information. We're going to listen to her. We're going to listen to the context of the situation, listen to what she said originally, and then listen to her poor excuse of explanation, I guess. Because she does not want to own up to the fact that she made a mistake, and it seems very typical for her. Let's get into this video. Put it up first. My fault, y'all. There she goes. All right.
One Democrat who's been on defense over Jeffrey Epstein is Stacey Plaskett. She represents the Virgin Islands. She was texting with Jeffrey Epstein the day of Michael Cohen's hearing. Her questions pretty closely followed the text messages between the two of them to ask about Rona Graff, Trump's longtime assistant. You were defending her today in recent days, yesterday, and you talked about Republicans taking money from a Jeffrey Epstein. Here's what you said.
Who also took money from somebody named Jeffrey Epstein, as I had my team dig in very quickly. Mitt Romney, the NRCC, Lee Zeldin, George Bush, Win Red, McCain Palin, Rick Lazio.
You mentioned Lee Zeldin there. He's now a cabinet secretary. He responded and said it was actually Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, who's a doctor that doesn't have any relation to the convicted sex trafficker. Unfortunate for that doctor, but that is who donated to a prior campaign of his. Do you want to correct the record?
Listen, I never said that it was that Jeffrey Epstein, just so that people understand when you make a donation, your picture is not there. And because they decided to spring this on us in real time, I wanted the Republicans to think about what could potentially happen, because I knew that they didn't even.
So all she had to say, and I know it's easy for us, all she had to say was, we weren't prepared. I messed up. I made a mistake. Instead, she said, I did this so we could show the Republicans. No. You did it because you were insinuating that was the same Jeffrey Epstein, and you made a mistake. And guess what? That's okay, because we all make mistakes, because we're all human. But it's
where we can't respect
that's the part we can't respect, where you continue to just go dig yourself further when all it had to be was, well, my team, and then you didn't even have to. If you said
you black, my fault.
My team, we made a mistake. And then because you can also see she was reading off her phone. So I'm not saying you have to have everything written down on paper, but if you weren't prepared, then let's not do that. Yeah, and I telling Brandon, can I say it? These Congress voted to have these Epstein files released, but they had the government shut down. And I want y'all to think about it hard about what I'm saying.
Use your brain for one time in your life.
There were votes available from the Democratic Party to release Epstein files. Who was holding up the government shutdown? The Democrats. So the government was shut down. Military ain't getting paid. Nobody getting paid except the people they getting paid.
Doggone what is the lines at the airport wrap around that joint?
But you telling me that as soon as we gonna send that to Trump so he can but you couldn't open up the government. So y'all give me a break with this crap.
Epstein foolishness.
But y'all had the government shut down. You right.
Let's listen to what else she had to say as she digs herself a big, wider and deeper hole.
I made a mistake.
And you can tell by her body language.
She's uncomfortable.
Yes.
Because she's putting me on the spot. She's uncomfortable. We make mistakes. We're all human. We make mistakes. What they be saying? You're not above the law.
Let's
like
listen
it's
to her
all
make
right.
some more mistakes.
Try to go through the FEC. So my team, what they did is they Googled, and that is specifically why I said a Jeffrey Epstein. Unlike Republicans, I at least don't go out and just tell lies.
But you did.
But you lied.
And you do all the time.
Because you may not have said Jeffrey
And
Epstein,
then
but you insinuated that's who you're after. Come on.
And then it's the same typical black people bull jive. Well, look at them.
Yeah. Look at the Republicans. I was trying to show the Republicans how
did you look at them? Don't look at me, look at them.
We know them people be lying, but you lying too. So what that make you the same as them?
Same as them.
Because it was not the same one, that's fine. But when Lee Zeldin had something to say, all he had to say was it was a different Jeffrey Epstein. He admitted that he did receive donations from a Jeffrey Epstein. So at least I wasn't trying to mislead people. Now, have I dug in to find out who?
Jasmine, how does that make sense?
I'm sick of this one.
How does that make sense?
This woman is a devil. I'm talking purity devil.
How in the world? He knew that he would have, so it was still a Jeffrey. It's not the right one.
I wasn't right, but I wasn't wrong.
I was in between. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. These people think people are stupid, and I don't appreciate that.
She really thinks like her supporters gotta be stupid.
I don't appreciate
because y'all
that.
looking at the same thing I'm looking at, and I'm processing what she's saying, how she acts, and none of it makes any sense.
That made no sense. Can we? You can't run it back. I got
yes, can.
Just that piece because that didn't make sense. He didn't prove anything. He proved it wasn't who you were talking about.
It wasn't
Jeffrey Epstein. He admitted that he did because it was not the same one. That's fine. But when Lee Zeldin had something to say, all he had to say was it was a different Jeffrey Epstein. He admitted that he did receive donations from a Jeffrey Epstein. So at least I wasn't trying to mislead people. Now, have I dug in to find out who this doctor is? I have not. So I will trust and take what he says is that it wasn't that Jeffrey Epstein, but I was not attempting to mislead anybody. I literally had maybe 20 minutes before I had to do that debate.
Yeah, but people might see that and say, well, you're trying to make it sound like he took money from
I did not know.
Registered sex offender.
No, but I literally did not know. When you search FEC files, and that's what I had my team to do, I texted them and I said, listen, we're going up. They are saying that she took donations.
Right, but someone might say, well, your team should have done the homework to make sure it wasn't the convicted.
Within 20 minutes, you could not find that out, not from just doing a quick.
So during the debate, you could have just.
So number one, I made sure that I was.
You could have not said nothing. You telling Lee Zeldin what he could have said when you could have said nothing. There is no accountability on that side of the doggone table. It's none. She hasn't said one word that held her accountable for her actions, and she's not.
It wasn't the Jeffrey Epstein, but it was a doctor, and he still donated to it. Okay, but that's not the Jeffrey Epstein you want to be looking into, so it doesn't matter what his money's doing. And we still haven't looked into the doctor. So you mean that even after this, you still didn't try and clarify and make sure, oops, whoops, I made an oopsie.
I feel sorry for things. She's good for someone. I feel sorry for you because you are sadly mistaken. This woman needs to go find her a husband so he can train her to shut the hell up because she has no home training.
Yes, she does.
Or perhaps she does and she does not use it.
She doesn't use it.
Because she is out here. She is terrible. She gonna lead y'all to nowhere. And
then I'm not even gonna say critically think. It's logically. This is logical thinking.
I'm listening and I'm processing.
Yeah, that doesn't make
it makes sense. No sense.
You ever have like if you have children and your children go to school and they come home and they try and tell you something and the story like
because it ain't real.
Well, yeah, mama, but see, it was Daniel, and then Daniel told him, and then it just go, and you be like, okay, you know what? Just shut up. You tell your kid, hey, just be quiet, because you're making yourself go into a lie.
You lying. Kind of fabricate
right.
as you thinking it up,
just
and it ain't
stop
working.
and tell the truth. Okay, well, it didn't happen like that.
That's what she should have did.
Yeah.
Just shut up and told the truth.
Yeah.
I messed up.
But
she can't do that.
I messed up.
And that's her character. With that being said, can't get up out of here. Because character is important. And that's one thing that Black people care nothing about.
That's one thing politicians don't be caring about. They care
nothing about integrity. They care nothing about character. They care nothing about respect. They care nothing about any of these things.
Not for the other person. Not for people who they are supposed to.
But they want to demand it for
Yes.
themselves. Interesting stuff.
It's okay for us to say we messed up. We are human, and we gonna keep stumbling. And we're gonna fail.
So you need to be learning how to say I messed up.
Yep.
Because you're gonna mess up. And if you don't, people gonna look at you funny.
And I think people would respect her more if she
told
just
the
did
truth.
that. Yeah, I think she would be more likable.
But anyway, one time for your mind, something to put on your mind. Just think about it. For all you Jasmine Crockett supporters.
Yeah, just listen to it, y'all.
Just process the information that you're being provided. I guess. But we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. So one time for your mind is love, peace, soul, and Jesus.
Bye.